making a toxic brew. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today we're brewing up something fierce with Tasha, Unholy Archmage. This is Tasha of her hideous laughter and her cauldron of everything. And in Brawl, she is a crime commander that punishes your opponents for attacking you, putting -1/-1 counters if they swing at you or at Tasha, can steal creatures out of your opponent's graveyard, and can steal cards out of your opponent's library, milling them as she goes. Tasha is hard to play against. She is a planeswalker commander that's incredibly good as either a crime or as a Dimir control commander. So of course, me being the criminal that I am, I did a little bit of both. This deck is brewed for the ranked queue. I'll try to post an unranked version as well, but this deck is playing free counter spells. It's playing card advantage. It's playing stifles and evasive creatures to take your opponent down and keep them in check while you just kind of demolish their creatures through Tasha. She can hold them at bay until you find a board wipe. She can take extra turns in an ult. And if you're thinking, well, maybe that's only good against creature-based decks, no, because her ultimate ability, that -6, which you can get to very quickly, especially if you're proliferating, also can completely mill control decks. If your opponent does not have 3 or more creatures left in their library, their entire deck goes to their graveyard, and you get to snag any of the creatures you find along the way. This deck is a great way to showcase what blue and black can do when you have access to fast mana, free spells, and the other disgusting things that are available in the Ranked Brawl queue. So let's take Tasha into the queue and see what unholy evils we can unleash. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. I have unusually 2 pieces of these fast mana that require an extra card out of my hand, but I'm totally fine with that, and I will keep this. From this hand, I actually don't know if I want both those, so I think I'm going to drop the Chrome Mox to this, since bringing out Tasha early against a Lumra deck is not that big. Lumra is a ramp deck that is able to eventually ramp into a bunch of infinite combos, getting some very strong lands that let them just keep dealing damage and getting more value. You can actually loop all the lands in your deck over and over. Yeah, I got this great turn 1 play. If I was looking to like accelerate right into 3, we could have had 3 mana turn 1 because, yeah, guys, look, Ranked Brawl. Woohoo, crazy stuff. It would have let me. Yeah, now this is a card that's much, much better for this. Doubt the Voidwalker. I am going to crack my Marsh Flats to get the thing to Hydroponics Expert hit. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. This is Marsh Flats. I can only hit the swamps. That's fine. I will Surveil. We're going to bring out Douthy Voidwalker. Yeah, there are some great landfall creatures in their deck, which if I can take them out of their deck, it becomes much harder for them to combo. Cards like Spelunking are also a huge part of it. Spelunking, Tireless Revisioner, Nissa, Lotus Cobra, and the things that allow them to sacrifice their lands for free. Oh, there's Spelunking. Lets their lands come in untapped. Yeah, it can be very hard. I would say the #1 card I wish I had against them is either Douthy Voidwalker and / or Opposition Agent, because their whole shtick, they're gonna tutor up. I guess I'll be swinging. And I can still play Tasha here, or I could play Goyf, holding at the Subtlety. I got lots of choices, but this is a commander-based format. I'm gonna play my commander, because I like to. No creatures in their graveyard, so we'll chill. By the way, notably uncounterable elementals, which includes Lumra, possibly things like Ashaya, but this doesn't counter. Legally, not a counter spell. That's right. So Urza's Cave does let them search for some of their key lands. They could even get a bounce land if they didn't get more, but I can see they have another land here. Instead, they want Blast Zone to get up to 2 so they can get rid of Douthy Voidwalker. They know this right now is what's going to cut them off from their combo. Alright, Snapcaster, currently with nothing to hit. Just keep plussing. Don't stop fussing.
I know some secret magic.
If they use their Blast Zone, they'll also be setting themselves back a land. But, like, as they can't get lands in their graveyard, Lumber doesn't bring them back. Yeah, I can dig for, like, a Stifle or a Tail's End, too. Kick it! Even on 4 lands, still great. Alright, you're gonna blast it? Alright, so they're going for Blast Zone. Douthy Voidwalker, goodbye, at least temporarily. Alright, Fierce Guardianship, Deadly Rollick, Dark Shores, Talkative. Wow, alright, I guess I'll take these two. They'll probably be useful at some point, right? After all, they're free. Oh man, I wish I had like reanimate. Yeah, nice strip mine. Especially because I have these two.
Give it your best shot, adventurer.
They could get that 6th mana this turn. They forewent it before because they wanted to Blast Zone / needed to Blast Zone. I could have Strip Mined in order to, like, cut them off. Oh, that is, that's going to come in untapped thanks to Spelunking. But again, like, I have Subtlety. They're being careful about those taps. Activity tap. Down the tracks. Actually, I'm gonna drop Fierce Guardianship. Because I don't know what you got. I just want to make your life more difficult. Ah, yes, Amy, such a serious Brawl player. Just here to, you know, sip some haterade. Oh, that Goyf's gonna do some good milling for me. Oh, interesting. You put it on top of your deck. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yes. Mother, may I? Entering from library or graveyard does not count as a return to command zone check. That is part of why cards like Xanathar and Tasha love to run things that steal off the top of the deck or move things on top of the deck. Yeah, looking good. Kind of wish I milled first. I'm a Scoot Swarm deck. Ooh, opposition! I'm not gonna hide it. You know that I got it. I should have strip mined first. I wasn't holding priority. Rollick and roll. Leave them with nothing. Oh, well, nothing except for, I guess some food. Thank you, thank you. Let's see, they have Emrakul and Court of Calling. In case anybody's like, oh, you should feel bad for them. Don't feel bad for them. Look at their hand. Oh, so they just searched while I had the opposition agent out. Again, that's the card I most wanted to see against them. That and Douthy. I love when we get the hate pieces. My opponent doesn't love it, though. Adeline Resplendent Cathar attacks in and makes an extra token that's also attacking. I have nothing to play until turn 3, and while that's okay, they're a very aggressive deck and it might be too slow. I'm still willing to keep though because I have this fetch, and I can hope to find a 1 or 2 drop piece of interaction. Now, Adeline, like, she will grow in power based on the number of creatures. Let's just go for another land, sure. Got these 4 drops. Tasha can shrink things, though. These swarming attackers, they have one huge positive. And the huge positive is that, like, some of them come in already tapped and attacking, so they don't get the -1/-1. White has direct planeswalker removal. But the negative is that, well, a lot of them do just kind of die to Tasha. Interesting. Interesting. I could steal that Usher. If they go to cast Adeline, I'll counter Adeline, since Tasha will take care of this so cleanly. Yoink! I know what I like. Crime! I'm just doing that to make her smaller. Oh my gosh, you're getting married? Mazel tov! Oh my gosh, are you guys seeing this? These two vampires are gonna go to a beautiful wedding. They're gonna wear their finest outfit. Her cleavage will be very pushed up. Cosmic Grand Zenith casting 2 spells lets them buff up their board, so it can still attack through Tasha, or just go wide. Oh, hey, Force of Will. I kind of like full cost grief here. Do I have any enchantments left in my deck? I feel like I took them out. They should be able to double spell, buff, and then they'll shrink. Oh, the Lumber we just played against popped into chat, saying the interaction with Subtlety in the Commander Ult is pretty sick. I run Memory Lapse and Subtlety in my Xanathar deck because of that exact same thing where it's like, yeah, I put things on top, and then I take them for myself. All right, so they get a static +1/+1 off this. Again, they can attack through the Tasha, but now I've got enough mana to hold Cryptic Command. And, yeah, I'll play this Terminus. I could have done that last turn, too, but I wanted to see what was in their hand. This means that I'm able to do things like wait until they attack in and then bounce this, or tap all of their attackers. But if I bounce this successfully, these will all die, except for you. You're safe. Come on, hit me with a flunge. Skidamarinky, shrinky shrink. Wait until Tasha's assortment of triggers finish up. Yep. Very nice. Lovely, 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 lovely. I am going to bounce and draw. Now, they could destroy evil on their own enchantment just to prevent the card draw. But then they don't get this again. Also, don't tell them about my free counter spells. Legal in this format? Yes. Should they be? No, they're stupid. I feel like some of them should be, but I feel like Force of Will and Subtlety are probably the biggest offenders. Could be backbreaking. Yeah. Dimir controls like that. Adeline, you, yeah, that feels right. That's what happens when all your creatures die at once. Without even casting a board wipe. Tara Branford, that's Urza in disguise. That's going to be some nasty artifacts that they can tap for mana. Toxic Deluge, Weave the Nightmare, Deadly Rollick, Grief. The turn 1 Grief could be fine. Since I have a board wipe, I can drop Rollick. And I do have 2 mana. Let's see what we can do here. So we're going to drop Rollick. Yeah, the creature I'm most afraid of in their deck is Urza. Alright, they got the Ooze. Preordain, Painter's Servant, Aetherflux Reservoir. This accumulates the most artifacts the quickest. This just sets things up. This is part of a 2-card combo, but since it's a creature, I feel like I can interrupt it. And then Aetherflux competes with Terra at that mana value. So I'm going to hit the Ooze. And then Surveil. Now that I've got that information in their hands, Can you dig it? No, I can't. I do not have enough mana. I have a strip mine. Preordain, as it has been told. Yeah, Painter Servant is Painter Servant Grindstone combo. And since they do have tutors for artifacts in their deck, Fabricate and stuff like that, they'll likely be able to, like, just search for the pieces, try to get them out. But if you, like, bounce the Painter Servant, then it stops being the colors. Yeah, I guess we're chilling. I'll steal. Hey, remember how we were talking about them going for a grindstone? Or they could go for like a Paradox Engine, also can go infinite with Urza, but since they have Painter Servant in hand... Oh my gosh, grindstone? That's crazy, man! I want to steal. Oh, I should have done it first just to try to steal a grindstone. That would have been really cute. Ooh. I love things that counter an artifact. Bing bong. Huh. One day we'll get to play commanders. Did you go for Oiza? Hi, Urza. A Mox Amber. Hope of Garapur. I've got 2 mana still up. They want to hit me with this. Well, I want to hit them with this, so... I feel like you're pretty safe to try to get the grindstone down, except for like this. Nice bird! Looking good there, birdie! Wait a minute. No, I don't want them to have that much mana. I could dig for a land off the Quantum Riddler, or I could just be like... Bop. I could even do it for X equals 3 to leave Urza alive. But since he would then die if I put Unable to Scream on him, that's not worth it. Alright, cool. They absolutely have recursion for the artifacts in their graveyard. We saw Emery, so I know it's in there. I can't tap the bird for mana. So real. Speaking of birds. No, I want the other side. This side. Why can't I? Am I missing something? Why can't I warp? What? Oh, that's the warp side. Sorry. I didn't sleep much last night. You see me tap the wrong side like 6 times. Don't worry, guys. She'll get there eventually. Ooh, being asked, if you don't have many wild cards, which packs are the best to start with for Brawl? I think that there's 2 major sets that I would drive people to look at. The first one, I did consider doing like a strip mine there. Yeah, except for this. The first one is Edge of Eternities. The second is Modern Horizons 3. That said, a bunch of Modern Horizons cards are actually banned in this part of the format. Yeah, if you get standard packs, though, it should do a little better. Hey, Retrofitter Foundry. You can generate lots of artifacts. But can you scream? Yeah, I don't buy packs, so it's hard for me to give the best suggestions. Since Urza can activate, get them lots of value, tap these for mana, I'm going to try to reduce his scream ability. They're going to use up the mana before I do. And now Urza is what he loves most. an artifact! Urza, you love being an artifact, don't you? Yeah, I think Edge of Eternity is because it gets you the golden pack progress is the best choice. All right, so they're gonna Field of Ruin the strip mine. Maybe they'll flash out Washi Tongue here. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna go blue stuff, even though we've already got the Sanctuary out. A Chunkled Construct. They can make it even a little bigger if they want to. Okay. I hate that it does this. It's like, I don't want to use that card. Please use that card. All right, so Overlord of the Floodbits, because I only have one card in hand. I was hoping to get... All right, so this is going to give them a ton of fuel for the Foundry. That's scary. Do I feel like I'm going to be blocking next turn now? Nah. Listen, if you got lethal next turn, you got lethal. I ain't dealing with that. Bird, 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 bird. If I had played Unable first, would I have drawn 2 cards off Riddler? Did I have only 3 cards in hand at that point? The answer is yes. But I wasn't counting. Because I'm streaming, and I try to be pretty quick about the game actions. Ooh, everybody's green? Ooh, a color that's not in either of our decks. That good green stuff. This is great card advantage, too. Yeah, counting's for nerds! I'm at 2 life. Yay, drawing! Trying to use up that colorless mana. Double checking. Okay. Plus and a plus. It's so weird to see the gold borders on everything. There is nothing for me to safely reanimate. Except for, I guess, hope, but... I'd rather chance it with just my Fatal Push, my good friend here, Fatal Push. I feel like it should be white borders. I got Greenlands. I got Greenlands. Interfacing, interlacing. Drawing a bunch of cards. They want him to die. So they're swinging him in here. And I'll push it. Push it real good. Hee. Oh, Training Grounds. I guess it's good for Urza's activated ability. Even more of the infinite. We have to just keep plussing.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Hand empty. Head empty.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Time warped. Glad to see that gone. I also do have access to Karn's Bastion. Urza is dead. Long may he suffer. Okay, before we go to my turn on Proliferate. I drew 2. Shucks, do I just want to ult Lily? I don't want to ult Tasha. Because I want to keep plussing, because that's what keeps me alive. But yeah, I will ult Liliana. So we're going to make 2 piles. And typically my philosophy is lands and non-lands. But I'm going to put Retrofitter Foundry in the pile with the lands. Script, retro, yeah. Would you like these? What are these? They have chosen a Retrofitter Foundry. And I don't attack in. Because I don't remember how much mana it takes to make 4/4, but I don't trust like that. Also, like, they could have, I don't know, something that buffs and removes. Ooh, Transit Mage. We just got rid of one of their big pieces, but here's our friend Paradox Engine. Elred, thank you for the 46-month resub. Oh, the One Ring! To drool them all. I forgot to flash it out in response. By the way, for anybody who's like, Amy, why didn't you? I forgot. Okay, sometimes you're clicking buttons and you're busy. That's my Retrofitter Foundry, though. Yeah, I very much like meant to. I was like, oh, they're gonna tutor. I'm going to tutor. Oh, I didn't. Oops. Do I want to steal or just keep protecting? I'm gonna risk it. I got 3 blockers. In this way, Agent of Treachery is gonna fire. Krang!
I'll give them back when I win.
I drew 5 because of Quantum Riddler. Fierce Guardianship! Oh boy! Look at us, we got free stuff! Look, see, it didn't matter. Toph, greatest Earthbender, is going to want to search her library and get out some powerful lands to animate, giving them double strike, and maybe even causing some wombo combo one-hit kills, or just like beating me down with value. If you counter Toph, and she gets cast for more mana, she makes more Earthbend, making her more better. Ooh, I think I could have actually played Island. Chrome Moxed Edict held the wash away there, too. It's a Badger Mole Cub! And now it's dead. I don't want you having more Earthbend or more mana. I feel fairly safe to bring out Tasha here. And it's very much like, oh, which of these would I rather drop? It's free! Who could say no to free? Yoink! I could also steal the Badger Mole Cub. Maybe I'll do that next turn. I want to steal a bunch of stuff. But they have, like, Pawk and Ashaya in here. What if we stole Pawk and Ashaya? Is Mindslaver on Arena? Yes, the other Toph has a Mindslaver combo. They're looking at their Badger Mole. Yes, it's really cute, I know. Wouldn't stealing both of those draw the game? Live free and die. Truly the New Hampshire license plate way. Oh, they're earthbending more onto this card? Cool. That way it's more likely to be able to deal some damage. I know going for ult is fun, but like, again? Holy moly. It's a Badger-Mole! And this is a Baragoyf. I know, I reduced the number of critters in the graveyard. I don't care. How am I enjoying Tasha in the queue that should not be? If you're gonna play Dimir Control with a crime sub-theme, I think she's good. Planeswalker commanders, especially ones that punish attacking so much, have a very strong place here. She is one of those, I really wish you couldn't be your commander. But I also don't think Planeswalkers in general should be allowed to be commanders. Alright, so here comes Toph. Is she going to animate the same forest? Okay, yes. I am ready to rumble. Boop. It will return back under their control. They have Bossing Say. They can do more earthbending. technically should wait until they attack, but let's do it. Hey, Toph, look at you getting a landfall trigger. Ooh, Fury. Fury could kill Tasha, and I guess you also take out the land. Because it is land.
You know, dueling used to be fun.
And they'd evoked that, exiling Gorp Clan Rampager. Oh, the guy with Blood Rush! It's been so long since I've seen that dude. I want to attack first with these two. Actually, I might want to leave this back, since if they can recast Toph, she's better. And now I want to fetch that island, because it is a basic island. Alright. Draws a card. Draws a card, draws a card, draws a card on the fetches. Let's go for the basic. I could also, like, grab the Fury. Throw the Fury. Just plus for now. I think Hydroponics Architect is a card that should have been changed. I think that even though it, like, shows a bug flying in the art, you have to either make it cost more or not fly. It is called Blue Ragavan for timeless players. They're real into it. I could have drawn 2 from the fetch. Yeah, by fetching for the fetch. I forgot that I'd be able to fetch for the other one. Welcome to Misplay City, population me. Yay, trample! You want to attack Tasha? You're just a fan of hydroponics? Oh, like as a concept. Very fair. I also like hydroponics as a concept. Yeah, I mean, clearly I was not drawing 3, so my opponent wouldn't concede. Yep, that's totally it. You
know I'm a brilliant witch, right?
More landfall! Earthbender Ascension's so fun.
Your best shot, adventurers.
I'm just gonna go right here. Hot draws. To consult. Shields down on Tasha. I think this is a big draw turn. Alright, they're making sure they got their mana where they want it. They're earthbending onto Lair. They can then change this base power and toughness. Give us some trample. Cinderglade. Chunk it up. Herd Heirloom, another trample giver. This is already giving trample, but it can also draw them cards, but only on hit to face. So that's why they're gonna go Lair the Hydra at my face. They'll get to draw 2. I'll take 6. And Tasha's actually still alive because, they shrink. They get it-bitted. Aw, itty-bitty.
Talented little thing you are.
Alright, who do we got here? Blast Act, Force. This is able to hit their Earthbent lands without them returning to play.
Don't come any.
So I could hold this for the expectation of like an Ice Till Explorer. I don't care. I want to steal. I don't have any green creatures in my deck. But imagine if I did. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? I wonder if I have... I do have elementals. I have subtlety and grief. I'm like trying to think like what are the pieces? It's subtlety and grief. So I'm doing this now so they do not get to draw. They might have a way to give it hexproof. Oh man, if I could get the chain of fetches with the Nissa out, that'd be so cool. Oh, nope, they're slicing. Did they already play a land this turn? Yes, they did. This kills the Tasha. Bing bong. Baby bing bong. And they get to discard and tutor. Now, this is only a creature that they can search for, but there's some pretty darn good creatures for Toph, including things that turn all their creatures into land creatures, like a Shia. I don't actually know if that's what they go for. Prime time! Oh, so they can tutor for the combo with Toph. I mean, like, eventually she'll be gone. Who's in my graveyard? I know we have Goyfs. I'm trying to decide if I'm, like, playing Tasha here or not. Like, play land into Tasha. I'd rather see what we got off Takanuma. Even if it's just a Goyf. There's no such thing as just a Goyf. And that card's insane. Like, how? Yeah, with the Earthbender Ascension is where this is gonna get even crazier. But I think I survived the hit, so... whatevs. Ooh, Koga and Yadaro. Fighting the Baragoy? Oh. So they can draw off Suruk? Maybe? Before he becomes baby? Why not prime time? I don't think we've shown opposition agent, or I would have found it there. Yeah, we are a Dimir Landfall deck. Baby Riddler, full cost Riddler. I'm gonna go for the full cost Riddler to draw me 2 since I just got this in hand. Wow, that's unfortunate. Do I feel this will make much of a difference if I leave it back? Nope. One day I'll find another fetch. One of these days. Yeah, they have a pretty, like, big amount of damage. I'm just wondering, like, do they go for it? 1, 2, 3. They are earthbending instead. They know their spells can't be countered, by the way, but it doesn't have to be a counter spell to be pretty devastating. These are the only 2 that are over 4 power. We don't want her to die because then she gets the bigger earthbend. Ooh, Mutavault! Ooh, I should have put up a stop. Oh, now you show up. I think its opposition agent fell to profane. The ward's gonna be a problem, though. Let's see. If I do Tasha, that is a greater damage reduction. Yeah, 'cause I can't hit that, and I can't pay the 2.
Let's make this snappy. I'm busy. Beware.
Yeah, if I had put the upkeep style, we could have drawn an extra card. Not that it would have made a difference. All right, let's see what you got. An elk. Okay, so more trample damage goes through. Yeah, it's getting 2 land. When I got the 2 lands before, if that had been opposition agent, oh, that would have been so good. Are they earthbending again? So they can change the base power of this after they declare it as an attacker. And it will be a 4/4, I think. Oh, no, 3/3, because, yeah. They would have to do it now before this finishes. Okay. None of these can be given trample. These 2 are the biggest damage dealers, but I think I'm just dead because double strike is real. Yeah, at most, or at least they're dealing this much damage. I think that's enough. Nice! Good game. Love to see the lands fall. Lightpaw's Emperor's Voice oftentimes is the only creature in play, making this edict a good card to have in my opening hand. But sometimes they'll start with something like an Esper Sentinel to help them protect their commander. Now, Lightpaws is a Voltron commander, one of the few, I'll say, viable Voltron commanders that's in the format. And her big thing is that, you know, you tutor. It's a tutor in the command zone. You play an aura, you get an aura. Land tax. Ooh, do you want to play chicken? Yeah. Let's play. You caved so fast. Let's go for this now. Wait until they like try to target her, but don't feel like it. It'd be funny if I demote her. No, she'd still be able to attack. I love playing land tax chicken. What's wrong? Katara Waterbending Master. Oops, all counter spells. In her hands, cards like Fierce Guardianship are even fiercer because of how fast they can get their commander down. She only costs 2 mana. And my commander doesn't do that much to punish them. I am going to, before they have anything, thankfully I went first, grab myself a little fetching into a shock. You already know what I plan on doing. It's stealing. The more things they can cast on my turn, the stronger they will be. We heist. I'm gonna look for interaction to stop a Katara. If this gets to resolve, it might not. Yeah. We got cards, don't we? There's... Turn 1 on the draw days? What? Listen, I get the free counter spells. They're tempting. I love them. They can really just do a lot. But like right there? All right. Do you have a counter spell for Tasha? Okay. Bounce spell. Anything? Got Fierce Guardianship now. Yeah, and they did that for the heist. Remember, guys, don't concede early against decks just because you don't like the commander. Not everybody is doing things real good. Do they die to a Tasha ult? I don't know. So I feel like a Katara deck probably has a couple creatures that have flash. Think Subtlety, Tidebender, possibly Malcolm Wanshitong. That would be 4 creatures, but we could mill over half their deck if that happens. Yeah, the plus doesn't do that much, like... How spiteful am I? Oh, I'm so spiteful. I don't need to hold counter spells. I just need to show them with some good grief. Alright, Critter Hate. Bingo bongo, but they would need mana value. Countering triggered abilities. Counter spell. Okay, cool. You could rapid hybridization your own Katara. Repeal can hit the stolen goods. Amy Bully? Yes. Ooh, they might have Ancestral Emeritus. That's true, that's true. Hello, Katara. You have access to rapid hybridization. And I have access to... I could have drawn Stifle, I don't know. Yeah, let's find out how many creatures are in their deck. By revealing until we hit 3. Okay, so they still have 64 cards left. They are running a fairly high number. I get to go all aboard? What? A ding ding, everyone! All aboard the good posture trolley. Rapid hybridization on the Beast Binder? I guess to... Sure, okay. Not the Grief? Getting Flizzard with the Flizzard. I was thinking, like, they can repeal somebody's back into their hand. Alright, Fading Hope, repeal, counterspell, I'll drop the Fading Hope. I'm gonna Moidalize Katara. And I can sit here with a Memory Lapse that costs 1 mana. They don't want Commander locked down with their own binder. Well, maybe you shouldn't play Days when you're on the draw. What were they stomping in? It was the heist, right? I get it. Some people really don't like being stolen from. I, on the other hand, revel in stealing. Let me in. Let me in. They are going to bounce their token back into their hand. Well, I guess it's my token. I have control of it. Mother, may I? May I counter your commander? Can anyone over really own a token? Ugh, in Magic the Gathering, there's certain things that count as owning a token. It's dumb. Orb! I don't need mana drain. Orb. Threw that mana drain in the crash so fast. Yeah. For me. It's important that you know your likes and interests, especially if your likes and interests are orbs. Palantir. Vacuum. We know there's not going to be creatures because we have them, except for the one they destroyed. And, oh, I've only played Grief. What's it gonna be? Narset for 3! Yeah, Mystic Cryptic is a loop if I had 3 other islands, which I don't. Do I have the Saruman Orb Pondering Stripper equipped? No, but I have an emote that's me pondering an orb. This is too much garbage. I don't feel like looking at all this. Mana Sculpt. Yeah, sure. Right, I meant to do this in their end step. Why was I not doing it? I need to sleep. It's alright, I'll kill them with an orb. It'll be awesome. It could be anything. Sleep is for the weak. Sleep is for the dead. No, sleep is for the Amy who could really use some sleep. Amy should go to sleep. I will sleep after I have killed this and many other Kataras. It's actually the first Katara we ran into. I'll have some caffeine. How about between this and the next game? Coffee up. Beans. You think that I should just play more exciting commanders? What's more exciting than crime? Now we'll have a shot of espresso. Between this game and the next. Ooh. Yeah, target something. Yeah, I mean, it's like day 1 of ranked, so everybody's just kind of in the splashing pool together, except for people who regularly play ranked. I don't. I used to. Sometimes I would even get to like mythic or double mythic, and then it's just like, wow, this is a lot of time. Time I could be spending pondering my orb. Stop trying to get your stuff back. It's mine. Ooh, you're competing in the game show tonight on 4 hours of sleep. Let's go. Hi, Brawl. We're gonna do something fun called Chrome Mox Nothing. I'm calling this it's a sniff test. Yeah, you already knew you're dead. because I'm not using it, and I'll get to draw 2 cards. Get to draw 2 anyway. All right, cool. Bingo bongo. Hit him in the face. Another weird game. Tasha, Aetherflux genius, gets to copy things, and those copies are swinging in, meaning that, well, Tasha won't be able to shrink them, which is too bad. You can also keep those copies around, oftentimes duplicating things that have cool enter the battlefield effects or are just strong and getting a lot of damage. I think Sacha's kind of tough to deal with, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, he's a 3/5, so Dismember would still get him. And I can either Mystic Sanctuary just to use it up as tapped mana, or I can set up for the Douthie. Douthie can't block Sacha. Gemstone on turn 0. So they have more mana than me at the start of the game. They didn't play anything here. Well, I'll get on Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. There's nothing to exile. Ooh, do you want to kill him? A Braid. Is it a Braid? Get lost. Brazen Bar. Okay, Brazen Bar. Just good damage. I'm gonna chill with Mr. Bones. Nothing to exile. Flash out that Brazen Borrower. Yeah, they're going purely aggressive, which means they're probably going to play Sacha next turn, and I'll dismember him before he gets to attack. Yep, there's Sacha. I'm not countering him. I'm going to pay a bunch of life to kill him, though. Bing bong. This could, of course, get countered for free. Fierce Guardianship. What a crazy card to exist. Sacha comes in, copies that Brazen Borrower, and that's going to be 9 damage. I can't block Sacha. I mean, like, menace. And now they can pay no energy because it costs too much. Me pay life? That's impossible. I wanted to steal. Please leave me alone. I can also kill the thing they're trying to copy, but... Yum, yum, yum. Fierce Guardianship's wild. I don't know, to me, like, Brazen Borrower is a little less of an issue, because Tasha should eventually be able to stop it. If I don't die first. Flip it and rip it. There goes Mr. Bones. I'm very, very much a person who is paying a lot of life. But we knew this about me. Little Miss Pay the 6. I'm going to draw 2. That's right. Just leaving myself open. And I am dead. Pretty sure. All they need is a land. Which, with Agnakella, they could get there. I should consider this for my deck. But maybe. Yep, there's a land. Sacha comes in. And 9's more than 8. GG, Sacha. Boop. Swingity swing, swing, swing. Take of that thing. Good game, Sacha. Tifa Lockhart. She's a bit of a quick killer since she doubles her power with every landfall. I have a Gemstone Caverns, but since I'm going first, it's not going to do much. I can hope to try to counter her since, you know, she might be counterable. They could always open with a Delighted Halfling. I could try to kill her with a Deadly Rollick, or I could try to shrink her off Tasha. But typically, Tifa's too big. she's just huge when she swings in, because she goes from, like, sure, she's a 1/2, but you cast something like Scale Up on her first, and then actually she's just like 8 million. Oh, you have Gemstone Caverns. Look at you. Boop. Oh, the Sacha we just played against stopped in chat. It's a regular. Hi, I hope you had a good game. Listen, sometimes I just don't have it. You're thinking, oh, maybe she has a wash away. No, just bluffing with a muffin. Strip Mine could have been cute, except they already have more mana than me. We're gonna chill with our memory lapse. Tifa, die. They can either put her on top of the deck, so she doesn't cost more than 2, or back in the command zone. Nice. Woo! Ancient Tomb! And immediately I get to accelerate into Tasha, which also gives me a free kill spell. Tifa decks oftentimes are running the cards that both buff and at the same time give more power. Things like Snakeskin Veil, Overprotect, they all are pretty good with Tifa. Aww. I can play lands off the top and double landfall abilities. Please don't kill me. It's gonna die. Like, I think it dies to Liliana, since we want to save the instant speed one for Tifa. Wow, look at all this beautiful colorless mana I have. This is Amy paying life. Every time it feels so nice.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it. Off you go.
I will minus to try to take that little Bokobo. No land on top of my deck. That's fine. And yeah, I'll play the Boggart like this. Now I have a traveling Chocobo with Ward 2. I am trying to think if there are any birds in my deck. There are things I call birds. I do not have Oracle the Alpha in my deck. I assume you have, like, some 1 mana protection. Let's find out! Use it. Thieving Aven! Oh, Thieving Aven's a bird! I'm not running Baleful Strix. I'm running Thieving Aven, because, I know who I am, and I know what I'm about. Oh, I bet that bribery is gonna have some fun bits. Oh, what do you drop? I don't have Ledger Shredder. No. Ledger Shredder, Baleful Strix are good birds to consider, though. Hunter's Insight. Okay, let me give you some insight. Who's 2 mana and getting bounced back into the hand? It's Tifa. Atraxa Grand Unifier. She ramps in and gets so much value. And she can play the best cards in all card types in 4 colors. Atraxa is one of those big value pile commanders. She can play big planeswalkers. She can play battles, instants, sorceries, creatures. I, in fact, kind of imagine that they're going to play some, like, little rampant dudes, some Baraglyphs. Yeah, it's everything. I'm just going to surveil right now. I have enough lands. I'd like to thin my deck and set up my next tool before they potentially can counter this. Okay, Fatal Push. I do not actually have any other kill spells in hand. And in case they do, play a little, like... Okay, so they went for a Signet here. I was thinking, like, a Bloom Tender would be tricky. Good news. I got a good card. Its name is Baraglyph. And it does cost me 2 life because I'm going to play this tome because it's legal here. So he's my Baraglyph. He's just a little guy. He might die. That's okay. I hope he doesn't. Ah, no, an enlightened tutor. We toot at instant speed to the top of our library and find the One Ring. That would be a really early One Ring. Okay, sure. They have protection from everything. Me included. I could Riddle and Bones. Or I could play Tasha because I bet... I don't know. I feel like the creatures in her deck are going to be so good. Like, I bet they're running Atali type stuff. Like, Atali's not in these colors, but like huge big things. Primeval Titan. Grizzlebrand. Sheldred? Maybe? I don't know. I want to ult that Tasha at them. I can even check out what they have with Bribery first. Okay, so there's Swordsing Barragoyf. Very fair. It's a very good card. And Verdant Dread. That's just a value sink. So this will make a 2/2. And then if they put mana into it, they'll make more of them. And then more. And then more, and then more, and then more. I have a board wipe in hand. I could go full cost Riddler. No, I want to see what you got. I want like a sneak preview for my crime. Yummy. This banana for me. Panharmomicon. Yeah, to protect Tasha and prevent Atraxa and prevent Verdant Dread and double up the things that I'm gonna get next turn. Ugh, fine. I'll take a damage. Somebody said they listened to the HSM episode I was on. What's HSM? Was I on another thing and then I forgot it? It would not be the first time.
Distance, mortals.
High School Musical? Home Shopping Network? It's gotta be one of these. Howling Salt Mine! Oh yeah, those guys are local. They're fun. I should call them up again. I ran into them in the airport once, too. Yeah, it turns out that the Howling Salt Mine dudes are pretty local, and also, a bunch of theater nerds. And I may have actually been in a competitive choir circuit with one of them. This is not a joke. All right, they got Wash Away, a land, Barragoyf. I told you they'd have a Barragoyf. Ooh, Prizzy End. Flicker with and Chief. Thirst. Blood Chief's Thirst. Was I a choir girl? My mom was an opera singer, and she wanted me to sing because I could. And I was good enough that I started doing the various competitive circuits, because when you have an opera singer mom, you kind of get pushed into that stuff. Alright, I got one white. You can't really prismatic end anything efficiently here. I feel like because they have Flicker Wisp, I like board wiping and then Tasha ulting. You there! Give me your finest goods. And I'm gonna leave up removal for Flicker Wisp because they can steal things back. Okay. Oh! Jet Collector! I love Jet Collector! Oh, I have 4 more cards in my graveyard! Yes! Give. Nice! That means I might be able to bring back my grief in the future. Bird. Hi, Scraps. Do you want to come up here? Meow. Yeah, I'm sure people hear my voice now and are like, what do you mean you can sing? I have ruined my voice through, like, talking for 8 hours a day on stream, 6 days a week. What if you flicker back under your control? Riddler? Push it real good. Scraps, do you want to come over here and be in the video? Howling Saltmine is a great name for a show. Oh! Oh, well, at least I got a Mox out of it. Welcome home, Quantum Riddler. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Okay, it's a fitty on what they'd give me. But no, I don't really have anything to Blinky. Boop. Boop. Riddler. What a good cat. Always getting kibs. So I can either grab, like, Overlord to swing in, or I could go for Grief. I'm gonna go for Overlord. I think that it's going to be a higher power swing, because their hand is so full of stuff anyway. It's 2 more lands. Aw, Scraps, you're so cute. Did you want to be a part of the stream? Yay, I'm ramping. Ooh, they're down to 4. They do have enough removal to deal with the threats I have in play. I don't think they have enough mana to Atraxa again. I think they Dark Ritualed for her the first time, right? Zoop. Yup. Hi, Scraps. Can Scraps sing? She has a very scrungly meow. Sometimes first thing in the morning, she actually has like a very like, meow, like clear meow. And then like through the day, it becomes like, Do you have allergies, Scraps? Scrunglet. Yeah, you. She's giving me a silly look. She's giving me a look like, I can't wait to get more treats. This cat's so precious. She has trained me to give her treats first thing in the morning. It's so cute. So right now, they are dead to the One Ring. So they better have a way to bargain it or bounce it or something. Maybe they'll Tails End it. I've seen that plenty of times before. You gain the life before it kills you. That's why I'm holding Force of Will. Not for free. That's why I didn't play Tasha. I'm like, I'm gonna cast it for full price. Okay, fine. You want a treat, don't you, girl? How's the day of Ranked Brawl been? I've just kind of been, you know, meandering through the queue and honestly getting lots of wins. This could tuck the One Ring back in for them. But I'm also, like, pretty low in rank because it's been so long since I've played constructed rank. Honey. Honey. Oh my gosh. Honey. Here we go. Good girl. Sorry. So they'll tuck the One Ring. They'll take that ring and tuck it. Tasha. And a minus. Give me one of those creatures. One of those creatures has got to be good enough to get through this Atraxa. Bye, honey. She just got a treat and left. Radicus Caticus. Yeah, what do you give me? I say Hydroponics Expert. Or Architect. Yep. Alright, so here's the plan, chat. Here's the plan. So, I think they might be able to play this here, Atraxa, right? Yeah, see, it's an Atraxa. We swing in. We swing in, yeah. Whichever one she blocks, I kill. They don't gain 10 bajillion life. Or does, like, draw and replay the One Ring this turn for protection? They will get an untap of 2. How much mana do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, that's enough for Atraxa. We are waiting. They are thinking. Are they just going silly mode? So this is going to put... Okay, One Ring into play, but it's face down. So it was not cast. And, not Emeritus, not that. Why? Okay, so they can see 2 creatures, but they don't fly. Do you have Wonder in your deck? They don't have Wonder in their deck. Nobody's running Wonder outside of, like, I don't know, some Yuriko decks. Okay, great. Bree of Clan Stoutarm, one of my personal favorite commanders. She's the life gain commander that gently picks up creatures and delivers them to the opponent's side of the battlefield. Meaning she gives them lifelink and flying. Then she gets to get some extra stuff based on that. I technically have 2 lands here. That's not great. But doing a mulligan, since we don't get free mulligans in this format, I try to avoid. Ooh, Leyline of Hope for extra life gain. Yeah, I think in general, Brawl shouldn't have free mulligans, in part because of the number of duplicate abilities in the format. Yeah, I love this card. I built it in Brawl, I built it in Standard Brawl, and I built it in Commander. That's how much I love it. It's just, it's red-white life gain. It's fun. Liliana might be good here. I'm gonna go for Tasha first. This is a Soul Sister. A 2-mana one. Only affects your side of the battlefield. Not bad. Oh, hi, Lightning. She doubles damage. She has to deal combat damage, by the way, to a player, not player or planeswalker. One of the big reasons I think that you shouldn't be allowed to have planeswalkers in Commander is because this is really, really common on a lot of planeswalker designs. Or sorry, on a lot of Commander designs. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna bounce Lightning, proliferate my Commander and the Orator, and then just play a wee blocker. I don't think they're gonna play that many artifacts. Have I ever done a blowout with Opposition Agent? Yes, and also sometimes I've had it in hand and meant to click on it and then, like, not. Hi, Bray. Just gonna keep plussing for 1 extra turn here. Yeah, Bree is in play. Bree is out of play.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
And something that's also very unfortunate is that the combat damage to players thing, it's common on a lot of Legends, and things only say player planeswalkers in War of the Spark and like 1 or 2 cards from Modern Horizons, which is such a shame. All right, let's steal. Oh, it's Eris with the gains! And Party Hawk, my beloved. I still have a Party Hawk emote. Back in my day, I ran that card in Standard. I'm old.
Don't overthink things.
I love Eris with the gains. By the way, we have Mana Drain, Opposition Agent, Stifle all being held up here. Terror of the Peaks! I would love to have 5 mana. I can use it to steal more stuff. Oh, look! And finally out of gold. Look at that. We did our bronze to plat run. And now we get to finally hit the real sweaty tryhards. Atali Primal Conqueror! The dino with the Crymo! This big old Dinobinoid is going to be stealing the top spell of both players. And I like to steal spells too. Very much so. I am trying to decide if I want to hold this Dismember, if I want to go for 2 mana on this turn, go for the Chrome Mox. I'm just going to play the Tap Bajuka Bog and wait and see. Utopia Spiral. I'm gonna heist. Not gonna bother with that. Not yet. Okay, Lanor Elves, Ulamog. Oh, Rihanna. Rihanna's really cool. What's Rihanna mind? I know what's on my mind. I want a ramp. I want to play my commander next turn. I could have played my commander this turn using Dark Ritual. I technically could have played my commander on turn 1 too, but... I'm also like... I'm down to clown. I said it's a 76% win rate on the deck so far. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I feel that Tasha is too mean for the regular queue. She used to be a pretty present commander. Like, you would see her fairly often. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they could see Thing Song into it. Ooh, or, it's fine. Like, you genuinely used to see her a lot before she got moved up into Hell Queue. But I also think people forgot about her a bit. She's one of those digital card designs that... It always did well against Ragavan type things, if you could get to the 4 mana. And since they added the fast mana back into the format, that's a bit easier to do. Yeah, I've always had her in my crime decks, so, like, I'm always thinking about crime. Okay, Gwenna. And a land, so they might just be able to naturally play Atali next turn. Oh, they can definitely play it next turn. This is the Yoinkosaurus. Yeah, it also transforms into the Bite. Steel Colossus. Had to catch my breath there. I want to steal. 1 sec. This is great for all of the big creatures in my deck. I cut all of them. We could also just, like, stifle this if they had a way to protect it from this, like a Cavern of Souls. Rather than put it on top of their deck, they're putting it back in the command zone. They should be able to play it again. They surveil giant creature into the graveyard for me to steal. Please. Pinnacle Monk. Yippee! I don't think you wanted to do that. Oh, I should have time warped first. That would have been funny. Just like loop time warp using their card. Funny for me, not for them. Chicken nugget.
Give it your best shot, adventurers.
Give it my best shot, adventurer. Okay, lady. Whatever you say. This is the first time I think I've resolved Thieving Aven since I built this deck, and it has been in here since the start. Either that or I forgot. Bird! Vorinclex! Ooh, scary. Get back on top. And I'll steal something. It's another Yuriko. Ooh, Yuriko is pretty tough to play against. Did I play against one while I was recording? Oh no, I didn't! Well then, we're playing against Yuriko. Yuriko's quite good against us because using ninjutsu, they can dodge some of this +1 ability. And by switching in and switching out cards, they're able to protect Yuriko, get those hits, and drain me for a ton of damage with the cards on top of their deck. So that's going to be a Thoughtseize here. I really want to play that Thought String Analyst, but because I have 2 different potential plays for next turn, I will let this Thoughtseize go through. I do not want a 2-for-1 I Thoughtseize because my hand is not all instant speed interaction. If it were denser instant speed interaction, I think I would actually have gone for that. Okay, and Chrome Mox into Mistcloaked Herald, an unblockable creature that they can ninjutsu from the command zone. I'll play Arcane Signet. And it's not actually a mermaid attacking me, it's a Yuriko! But now that Yuriko is in play, if I can get this Tasha to land, and I hope that I do, I might be able to guard her. You want to reanimate my Think Strinker? My Stink Analyst? I actually am going to fire off the Force of Negation at this, because this is a 2 toughness and, like, extra power creature. They don't have any other, ninjas in their hand that I know about, which means they're a little less likely to get a trigger off of Yuriko this turn. Malcolm dies to Tasha's passive. Mistcloaked Herald dies to Tasha's passive. That is such an aggressive strip mine. Damn, Daniel, what are you doing over there? This person is like, I have game actions and I will take every single one of them. Okay. Douthy Voidwalker. They didn't hit Karn's Bastion instead. I think they were trying to cut me off on colors. Ooh, Frolicking and Rollicking. Notably, the Deadly Rollick, very good against creatures, not very good against Planeswalker commanders. Whereas Fierce Guardianship is just good, but it's also very good if your opponent is, you know, Planeswalker in the command zone, because you can counter it. You should swing in with all your stuff so I can watch them die and revel in their pain. You can also do like a double ninjutsu juggle. That's always fun. For me, not for them.
Don't try anything cheeky now.
If I stop plussing, they can get in. So I want to make sure I have something to back up if that's the case. Something like you. Might get countered? Nope, it resolves. Wow. Yeah, because they used a lot of stuff. I will let this be the turn. Okay, Douthy Voidwalker, Mr. Bones Wild Ride, and a fish. Works for me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. And if you haven't already seen it, I have published a document which I have sent to Wizards of the Coast through my contacts that is an outline of how I think they should address Brawl and Ranked Brawl moving forward. I have no idea if they'll listen to me, but it outlines cards that I think should be banned if they want to fully split the formats or keep them the same. But for now, we have Ranked and Unranked Brawl, which means that every deck I publish, I will try to make 2 separate lists. So you, the viewer, are able to play it in either queue. Now, this is the Ranked Brawl version. I played it in Ranked for the video, and it did very, very well. It had a 77% win rate. Dimir control, especially to many of the less tuned decks, is going to be very, very punishing. Tasha is incredibly strong. And again, just having a Planeswalker as commander is good. Admittedly, I was playing in medium-low ranks because I haven't played much ranked leading into this event, not in many, many, many years, but I do think that this is a deck that can perform fairly well, and I'm sure that it could use a little bit of tuning, maybe taking out some of the personal pet crime cards and adding in more of the goods, things like, you know, I'm always a fan of running bribery, but instead of that, you could put in spells like Baleful Strix. It's a really good 2-drop in a deck like this. You can add in more proliferate pieces to turbo ult Tasha, but I think that this deck performs very well, and the crime cards I am running are oftentimes very punishing in this format. Thieving the Sky Diver is here to steal Moxes, of course bribery to take those big nasties, and Agent of Treachery, which was banned in the regular Brawl queue. It's probably about time to unban it now. This gets you card draw if you've ulted Tasha or just managed to steal enough permanents. It's also just mean, which is why it's in this event. Yeah, so if you're looking for the deck list for ranked or unranked, you can find it in the description of the video. I will say that one of the key things to getting this deck to operate is some of the just incredibly powerful stuff that's available in the format. It's not all about the free counter spells, but they do help. I feel that Fierce Guardianship and Deadly Rollick are disgusting, and I wish they didn't exist in the format, but so long as they're here, you should put them in decks. If you're looking to make adjustments for yourself to take this from one queue into the other, I will personally recommend that you replace many of the cards that are not legal here with lands, because some of them are lands, or with just more card draw and counter spells, or discard spells. The general control spells, like you're going to notice, I don't even have Inquisition of Kozilek in here because I'm running Ghost Vacuum because I wanted to do more crime. But those are just sort of things that, you know, they do very well in Tasha because they can stop your opponent from stopping her. I would love to see, like, how Wizards of the Coast tries to move forward with this ranked event, because it feels like right now they are trying to schism the format but still call it Brawl. This is timeless Brawl. Sure, the alchemy rebalances are still here, but nobody's really playing those cards outside of Haywire Might. This is timeless Brawl, and they should call it that. Or they should unite the ban lists, because it's crazy that in unranked, I have to play against a Johnny. No Johnny's here, just nasty girls like Tasha. So thank you to Dungeons & Dragons for giving us this. As I mentioned, I think in the video, this is actually a card that does not exist in paper. She's digital only. She could theoretically, by the way, exist in paper. Like, there's nothing that stops her from existing in paper. But her paper card is very bad compared to this. This is good, this is strong, and this is scary. So if you get to try her out in a queue, let me know how you do. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.